Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day. But what you eat for breakfast may matter more than the fact that you eat it. Some people start the day with toast, cereal, or fruit. Others swear by eggs, yogurt, or protein shakes. Both feel reasonable, but they don't affect metabolism the same way. At the center of this debate are two very different fuels, protein and carbohydrates. They're processed differently, signal the body differently, and shape appetite in very different ways. And the effects begin almost immediately after the first meal of the day. Carbohydrates are the body's fastest energy source. They digest quickly, raise blood glucose, and stimulate insulin release. This can feel energizing at first, but that energy often fades just as quickly. When glucose rises rapidly, it also tends to fall rapidly. And when blood sugar drops, hunger and cravings rise. Protein behaves differently. It digests more slowly and has a much higher thermic effect, meaning the body burns more calories just processing it. A significant portion of protein calories are used during digestion, absorption, and metabolism. This creates a small but meaningful boost in energy expenditure compared to carbs or fats. Metabolism doesn't just receive fuel. It does work. This is where the tension appears. A high-carb breakfast can provide quick energy, but it often leads to greater hunger later in the morning. A high-protein breakfast may feel heavier at first, but it creates stability. Blood sugar rises more gradually. Insulin response is lower and more controlled. Energy is steadier. And steadier energy changes behavior. Protein also directly affects appetite hormones. It increases satiety signals and suppresses ghrelin, the hormone that drives hunger. This effect lasts for hours. When protein intake is low at breakfast, hunger returns sooner, regardless of total calories. This often leads to snacking, overeating, or larger meals later in the day. The issue isn't willpower. It's hormonal signaling. Many people choose high-carb breakfasts, believing they're lighter or better for metabolism. But frequent glucose spikes and crashes can increase stress hormones. Cortisol rises to stabilize blood sugar. That stress response can interfere with fat burning and increase appetite later. What looks like fuel can quietly become friction. Protein, on the other hand, sends a different message. It tells the body that resources are available and stable. Stress hormones stay lower. Appetite is calmer. This doesn't mean carbohydrates are bad. It means timing and balance matter. Metabolism doesn't just respond to calories. It responds to predictability and stability. A high-protein breakfast anchors blood sugar early in the day. This sets the tone for appetite control, energy use, and food decisions that follow. When the first meal is stabilizing, the rest of the day often becomes easier. This doesn't require extreme choices. A protein-forward breakfast can still include carbohydrates. What matters is that protein leads the meal, rather than playing a minor role. When protein intake is sufficient, carbohydrates are handled more efficiently. Glucose control improves instead of deteriorating. Over time, these daily signals add up. Less snacking, more consistent energy, lower stress hormone activity. Fat loss becomes more sustainable, not because metabolism is revved up, but because it's no longer disrupted. The resolution is simple. High-protein breakfasts support metabolism by increasing thermic effect, stabilizing glucose, and regulating appetite. High-carb breakfasts can work, but they're more likely to create energy swings if protein is too low. The body doesn't need extremes. It needs balance that favors stability. So which fuels your metabolism better? One that keeps blood sugar steady, appetite calm, and energy predictable. For most people, that starts with protein. Not because protein is magic, but because metabolism thrives on consistency, not spikes. What you eat first doesn't just fuel your morning. It programs how your metabolism behaves for the rest of the day.